Emily.
Thanks, Caroline. I wanted to ask about the three U.S. warships that are being sent to Venezuela, and there's 4,000 Marines on board. Are you looking at possibility of boots on the ground there?
What I will say with respect to Venezuela, President Trump has been very clear and consistent. He's prepared to use every element of American power to stop drugs from flooding into our country and to bring those responsible to justice. The Maduro regime is not the legitimate government of Venezuela. It is a narco-terror cartel. In Maduro, it is the view of this administration, is not a legitimate president. He is a fugitive head of this cartel who has been indicted in the United States for trafficking drugs into the country.
Hey, Shalom. I want to start by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. And Shalom to brothers and sisters out there listening and learning. Okay, what we see here in the news, okay, is that the United States military has sent warships to Venezuela. Okay, this is just breaking news. Okay, let me see if I can pull up an article. Okay, but these Edomites, okay, these devils, okay, are at it again. Okay, and they're using the excuse of them being a narco organization, whatever they had, narco terrorist organization or regime. Okay, but we know that this is far from the truth. Okay, this devil, he covets fields. Okay, he's also just lost a war. All right, and I guess this is how they're gonna try to save face, but it's always war with the tribes. Okay, because we know that Venezuela or the Venezuelans, okay, are Israelites. Okay, Esau always has the tribes and the destruction of Israel on his mind. Okay, and also this is going to also be a part of Jacob's trouble. Okay, let me get the 12 tribes chart. So, hey, we're getting right there, man. Okay, this thing is about to get out of hand. All right, Venezuela, okay, would be if we looking at the chart. Okay, and I was wondering this myself. They would have to be Zebulon. Okay, because if we look at the map, it goes from Guatemala to Panama. Actually, let's get the map. Okay, because I want to be for certain, be proven in all matters. Okay, let's look at it. Okay, and what we see here. Okay, so Venezuela is at the top. So Venezuela may be. Let's look at the chart again. From Asher. Okay, they may be from Asher or Zebulon. Okay, or maybe even Naphtali. So it's a mix between all that. Okay, so this is yeah, because Colombia is right next to Venezuela. So regardless of whether they be from Asher, Zebulon, or what else did I say? Naphtali. Okay, they would be from the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, but this is what goes on here in Babylon. All right, let me get a scripture real quick. This is the book of Nahum. Okay, 3:1. It says, "Woe to the bloody city! It is full of lies and robbery." Okay, and the prey departeth not. And we know the bloody city to be Babylon. Okay, and it's all nothing but lies here. Okay, and robbery. And this is what happens, when your economy is being destroyed. Because Venezuela is full of natural resources. Okay, let's just take a look. And I believe I've done a video about them going to war with Venezuela before. Um, and I brought some of these things out. But let's look at it again, okay? Because these devils, they're in a sticky situation. Okay, it says this is an AI overview. Venezuela possesses vast natural resources, most notably the largest oil reserve in the world. Okay, the largest oil reserves in the world. It says beyond oil, the country also has significant deposits of natural gas, iron ore, bauxite, gold, and diamonds. These resources play a crucial role in the Venezuelan economy, particularly through the petroleum industry, which accounts for large portions of export revenue and trade surplus. Okay, and they also have other resources. Okay, coal, nickel, other minerals. Okay, they also possess agriculture. Okay, and they're claiming that this is a poor country, but no, it clearly says that they have the largest oil reserve in the world. Okay, and that's beyond Saudi Arabia. That's including Saudi Arabia and all these other Middle Eastern countries. Okay, so this devil, you know, he does what he does. All right. Let me get another scripture. You probably know what I'm gonna get. Okay, Habakkuk. Um, Habakkuk 2 and bear with me. I'm gonna see where I'm gonna start. Matter of fact, before I go to that Habakkuk, I'm gonna go to this one. This is Micah. Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity. Okay, let me get this in the amplified. Okay, and this is all gonna culminate in the destruction of Esau, Edom, even quicker. Okay, he thinks that he's gonna heal Babylon. Okay, I just seen a couple articles in the local news. Okay, where they're cutting prices. Okay, in an attempt to draw customers back. Matter of fact, it says right here, Stop and Shop announces plans to lower prices. Okay, there was another one. They want to. They're giving discounts on flights. Okay, so these devils are trying to juice America back. Okay, bring back the old swing of things. Okay, but it's not gonna work for them. Okay, this is Micah 2:1 in the Amplified. Woe. Okay, in parentheses it says judgment is coming. Okay, we know that it's coming quick. Okay, these devils are playing their last hand. Okay, and it's a losing hand. It says judgment is coming to those who devise wickedness and plot evil on their beds. When the morning comes, they practice evil because it is in the power of their hands. Okay, and they think that they're gonna go over there to Venezuela, and confiscate, their resources. Okay, but Venezuela, okay, is highly aligned with Russia. Okay, they are right there with Russia. Matter of fact, let me get this. Okay, and this is from the AI overview. It says Venezuela and Russia maintain a close and multifaceted relationship rooted in shared geopolitical interests and a history of mutual support. Okay, and this may be a play against Russia for the things in Ukraine. Okay, I wouldn't put it past it. This is going to escalate farther and farther. Okay, there's only so many wars America can be in. It says this alliance is characterized by strong military, economic, and political ties, with Russia providing substantial support to the Venezuelan government, particularly under President Nicolas Maduro. Okay, and this is who they're just saying that he has a warrant out for his arrest. Okay, and through the spirit, these devils are just trying to stretch Russia thin. Okay, trying to get them into different wars the same way America is in damn near every country. Okay, America is stretched so thin that they can't do everything that they want to do. So they're trying to put Russia in the same predicament. Okay, stretch them thin because Russia, right? Let me get this. Okay, it says let me get this real quick. Bear with me. It says here, it says Russia possesses a vast wealth of national resources estimated to be worth $75 trillion. Okay? So it says right here, top countries by natural resource value, Russia is the top country. Okay, and this is why this is why all the Europeans are coming together because these people are poor. Okay, we know that Europe, okay, Europe in the Bible is the bottomless pit. Let me get that scripture. Okay, Europe is the bottomless pit. This is Revelation 11:7. It says, and when they have finished their testimony, the beast that ascended out of the bottomless pit will make war against them and shall overcome and kill them. Okay, and we know that to be Europe. And why they call it the bottomless pit? Because nothing grows there. Okay, they have no resources. If we look at this chart, okay, Europe is nowhere to be found on this chart. Okay, you got U.S. second, Brazil, okay, China, these BRICS nations, Canada. Okay, but Europeans have nothing. And this is why they came over here. Okay, this is why the beast ascended out of the bottomless pit and came to America. Okay, so they could funnel the resources, okay, the timber, the corn, the sugar, the slaves. Okay, all this was sent to Europe. Though they would like you to believe that, they were at war with Europe, this is far from the case. Okay, if you look at, matter of fact, the capital of America, okay, is Washington, D.C. Okay, and Washington, D.C. is from a European country. Matter of fact, let's prove that. Okay, Washington. Let me type this here. Washington family crest. Okay. Because the scripture says what? They name their lands after their own name. So it says right here, the coat of arms of the Washington family. And if you look at it, okay, that's the same flag as in Washington, D.C. Okay, that's the same flag as Washington, D.C. And you can look right under it. Okay, the flag of Washington, D.C. And it's the same thing. So let's go to Wikipedia. Okay, and it says the first coat of the member of the Washington family is first documented in the 14th century, borne by one male Washington family members of Washington Old Hall in County Durham, England. Okay, so though they would like you to believe that, they're at war with one another, okay, really these people are lockstep, all right, and the beast arose out of the bottomless pit, okay, which is Europe, all right, and this damn Bible app, telling you, these devils are hurt. Okay, these devils are hurt. But these nations, okay, they specifically these European nations, they want to go to war with Russia so they could take, their assets. Okay, clearly says here that the top country with national resources is Russia. Okay, and this is what it's all about. Okay, this is why I pulled in Micah. What I had, Micah 2. And I'll start back at 1 because this is what's going to cause their judgment. Okay, it says judgment is coming to those who devise wickedness and plot evil on their beds. When morning comes, they practice evil because it is in the power of their hands. They covet fields and seize them, and houses and take them away. They oppress and rob a man in his house, a man in his heritage. Okay, so these are the characteristics of these Edomites. Okay, this is what they do. This is what they're going to continue to do until the Lord comes and stops them. Okay, but I brought this article out, to show you, what exactly is going on. Right, we on a watchtower. There is armies preparing in the Pacific. Okay, in order to, whether it to be to stretch Russia thin, okay, to stop Russia from putting nuclear missiles there, because I believe this is Russia has subs and bases over there as well. They won't tell you these things, okay, but through the spirit, this is probably exactly what's going on, okay, and they're also going. They want those oil reserves. Okay, Esau is always looking for a way, okay, to further his enterprise. Okay, we know this devil. The only way this devil can rule is by the sword. Okay, and this is how we know this man is the damn Edomite. Okay, this is Revelation 6:4, and it says in another, a fiery red horse of bloodshed came out, and his rider was empowered to take peace from the earth. So the Lord is orchestrating all this, okay, to bring forth judgment. All right. It says so that men should slaughter one another, and a great sword of war and violent death was given to him. Okay. So this man will never stop going to war. Okay. And he's bringing it to the tribes. Okay. The tribes of Israel are wars being waged upon them. And it always has been, and it always will be until the Lord comes back and destroys this place. All right. But, I just wanted to bring this out, bring a little history through the spirit, this Washington family, okay, this beast system, okay, the bottomless pit. All right. They're strategically placing, their missiles, and they're trying to bring Russia back. Bring Babylon back. Hey, they're trying everything they can right now. Okay, why? Because Babylon is falling. Okay, Babylon is falling terribly. Matter of fact, let me get this real quick. This is the book of Jeremiah 51:7. It says, Babylon have been a golden cup in Yahweh Shem Yahweh's hands that made all the earth drunken, and the nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so be she may be healed. Okay? And these devils are howling for America. Okay? It says, matter of fact, let me look that up in the blue letter. Okay, let me look that up in the blue letter. Okay, that word howl. Okay, let me get it. Jeremiah 51. I never looked this up before, but since we're here, let me go to the KJV. That word howl. Okay.
Strong's H3213. Yalel. Yalel.
Yalel. Okay, to yell. Okay, to root. It says to howl, to yell. Okay, to wail, to cry. Okay, and this is what we're seeing. Okay, America, these maggots. Okay, Eve and the rest of these YNs. Okay, right on up to Trump. Okay, they're all crying for Babylon trying to heal this place. Okay? But it ain't gonna be healed. Okay? It says right here, how for her take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, every one to his own country. And this is what's happening in America. Okay? These nations, okay, are starting their own economy. Okay? And they're going back, to build up their own country. And why is that? Because they see the writing on the wall. Okay? Babylon has been numbered, and found wanting, man. Okay, and destruction is going to come to this place. All right, all these nations, have come to the like mind that this place is the problem. Okay, and it's all come about because of the testimony of the two witnesses, which is the northern and southern kingdom, man. Okay, these nations have heard the report. Okay, and they're making their plans. Okay, they see the show closing. Okay, though the people in Babylon don't want you to see that. Okay, the powers and the rulers that be. Okay, they don't want the Joe Sixpack and Keisha and Pookie and Ray Ray to know that this place is going down. Okay, so they keep up the facade, all right, and hopes that they could resuscitate this whole man. Okay, but it ain't gonna happen. Okay, because if it would, the Lord would have healed this place. No, judgment is coming. Okay, because why? Because of the things that they done. Okay, for them taking a man in his house, coveting his field, killing off his family. Okay, it says we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reacheth into the heaven, and is lifted up into the skies. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has brought forth our righteousness. Okay, the elect, the house of David. Okay, the remnant. Okay, the Lord is bringing forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the works of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, our power. Okay, make bright the arrows, which is these missiles. Gather the shields. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has raised up the spirit of the king of the Medes, Russians, for his device is against Babylon to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, the vengeance of his temple. Okay, so hey, it's all coming to fruition. Okay, because the judgment is set, and there's no stopping it for Esau. It doesn't matter if he goes over there, and takes anything from Venezuela. Okay, the judgment will still sit. All right. Let me get another one. Because Esau is feverishly trying to stop these prophecies. Bear with me. This is the book of Isaiah 47. All right, and 11. Matter of fact, I'll go to 10. And I could read this whole chapter, okay, but I'm doing this to get to the point. And the point, I'm gonna say it before I even read it, okay, is that Esau has all these CIAs and FBI's, these intelligence services, so he can gather information about his enemies. Okay, about whoever's trying to rise up against him, whoever's trying to put an army together, whoever's trying to make bright the arrow, who's trying to get a weapon, okay, a nuclear weapon that can destroy America. Esau has all these things, okay, these listening devices, these phones, all so he can try to stop prophecy, okay, so he can kick the can down the road. But the Lord has a bigger plan, okay, and this world is a big world, man. Okay, Esau has a lot of ground to cover. All right, and Venezuela is one of his major enemies. Okay, in Venezuela, they talk about the Israelis and they condemn them and they condemn the Europeans, and Venezuela is like Cuba when Castro was there. Okay, and I don't know if you know the history in that, but Castro was letting the Russians put nuclear weapons on their land. Okay, and point them at America. Just like America is trying to do with Ukraine to put missiles and point it at Russia. Esau knows that the king of the Medes, okay, the Russians are going to destroy him. Okay, we just read it in Jeremiah, the 51st chapter. The Lord is going to raise up Russia. But he doesn't know where it's going to come from. And we can see right here, this Isaiah 47 and 10, it says, "For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me." Okay? Why? Because, he got all these phone taps and he got these secret counsels. Okay, he thinks that's going to save him, right? It says, "Thy wisdom and thy knowledge have perverted thee. Thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me." Okay, meaning he's God. Okay, and he said, and he'll be able to stop the prophecies. Okay, it says, "Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it rises." So Esau doesn't know where it's at. Okay, the ocean is so vast. The Lord has put it on these Medianites, okay, these Russians, okay, to have a submarine, always floating around. Okay, so this devil he's out of his mind right now. He doesn't know where it's gonna come from. Okay, this is why terrors are upon this man on every side, man. Okay, and it's a beautiful thing. Okay, because we know, that, pursuant back to Isaiah 51, that this is for the elect's sake. Okay, to get us out of here. Okay, because this devil's judgment reaches heaven. It said, "Evil shall come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off." Okay, it ain't gonna be no "Make America Great" and "Heal Babylon." No, you're not gonna be able to put this one off. Okay, and this is why he's gonna come down with great wrath, man. Okay, because this man, he's gonna have to go dark so he can see every little thing that goes on. Because imagine if he shuts down the internet, right? That's a lot less, a lot less information that he has to go through. Okay, and he'll be able to, sift it with a fine-tooth comb. Right? If he doesn't have all this other chatter, and bullshit that he has to sift through. Okay, if they can make it just so certain people are on the internet, that makes his job easier. Okay, and he sees that his day is coming, man. Okay, so this is why this trouble is about to come upon everybody. Okay, it says, "He shall not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail." Okay, and we know that this devil, it ain't gonna happen for him. Okay, the judgment is set. All right, and these devils are scrambling. Okay, they're preparing, some type of wickedness in Venezuela. Okay, and I just wanted to bring this out, for edification's sake. It's prophecy and, edification. Okay, and it's just getting bigger and bigger. Right? It started with a drop, and this devil's swimming in the ocean now. Okay, and he about to drown in this. So, brothers and sisters, keep your eyes single. Pray always without ceasing. Keep that oil in your lamp. Pray for one another, because we about to get out of here. I'm going to end it right there. Lord's will, you is edified. I'll end it by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, B'Shem Rakakwadash. Shalom.